the hell you are, and actually use that to bring them into LinkedIn and then make that professional connection. And a lot of people don't think about that.
Wow.
You can do that, but a lot of people think, no, they're separate. You got to think outside the box, and we're going to have another podcast about that.
Well, I really love that you're talking about blending and kind of giving that personal touch and getting to know you as well as your business and how you blend that and share that message with your audience. I can only imagine that just helps your engagement and helps that personality really shine and helps people want to connect with you.
I think so. Hey, by the way, are you following me on Instagram?
No, I'm not. I only have a bunch of food pictures on my Instagram.
Oh man, it's been fun. I've been having a blast with it, and it was scary. It was scary because sometimes I just was like, how are people going to react to this? So the other day, I'm driving home, and I got the now you can put your cell phone on the window, on the windshield. So you could see the lights at night driving, and I'm like, man, this is some good house music. So I hit record. So and people are, they could hear my house music. Then it went over into hip hop, and then it went into some reggae music, and I just put a post, hey, this is my drive home, and I sent it out, and people loved it. They're like, oh man, this is what he listens to. So it's been really good. You're probably like, well, how the heck does that help your brand out, really?
You read my mind.
But you know what? It does, because what I do now is I'll take a picture, and I would probably ask that you do the same thing. I take a picture and I overlay it with, hear the real deal about social media on the social MBA, and I overlay text on top of a picture I put on Instagram. So all these people that have connected with me are like, man, he's really down to earth. I'd like to listen to this podcast. And
wow.
Then if you eventually decide you want to monetize your podcast, boom, boom, there you go.
Boom. That's pretty quick. I like the boom. Anything with a boom or a bam, mic drop in there, and you've got it going.
Yeah. I mean, so what are your thoughts? What do you think? I mean, you kind of been interviewing me, you're usually bantering back and forth.
I know. Well, I mean, I kind of was adding my thoughts. I thought, I was adding my thoughts. I thought, I love that. No, yeah. I mean, it all comes back for me to go back to social strategy. And if you have a strategy for anything, you know what? It's not a waste of time because you know why you're doing it. And taking that same disciplined approach to social media makes sense. And that's what resonates with me as a marketer, is putting together a solid understanding of what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're going to do it. But what you really brought to the table and really the core of social media is that connecting with your audience, whether you're listening to them to learn what they want or need, whether you're helping them out from a customer service standpoint, or whether you're just trying to put out content there that really connects and engages them. Mm-hmm. That's the core. And whether it's your personal brand or it's your company, it's putting yourself out there, and it's making you a little bit vulnerable, which I think is the scariest part and the hardest part with social media. But you really have to take that risk and truly put yourself out there so that you can be authentically your brand and your voice in order to get the kind of results that you really want.
You're right. You're exactly right.
I love hearing that.
It's different from a personal brand and from a company brand. My personal brand happens to be transparency, because I think I just put something out the other day on Instagram that everybody out there is like so freaking fake, and what made me think about that was that show called Black Mirror on Netflix. And I don't know, have you seen that?
No, but I want to now.
Oh my gosh! So this woman loses a husband, and she's grieving, and her sister's like, well, we got this new technology that could help you get over it. She's like resistant at first, and then she says, okay, I'll do it. Well, what this technology did was it analyzed all of her husband's social media and every communication, video and everything he's put out there. It replicated him, and then it called her phone, and it was him. And it was able to identify his voice. Now think about it. That's not too far off in the future. So because it was able to take pieces of his voice, she would have a conversation with him. But the thing was, when it came to the point where she was angry or showed emotion, he said, I don't have that in my database. And if you think about it, on social media, we're all posting pictures about, hey, life is great. I'm living large. Everything is looking, man, I got the perfect family. Everything is perfect. And nobody wants to show a vulnerability. Because if anybody does in the wrong way, they're looked upon as negatively. So I'm like, wait, we're business owners. And business owners, especially entrepreneurs, is not an easy road. It is not. And I think people want to know, how do you overcome some of these struggles? How do you get to that point where life is better? And that's been part of my thing on Instagram, because it's not every day that my company is like rolling in the dough and positive cash flow. But, everybody's going to go through that. And I need to, if I can help one person get over that, I'm happy. If I can teach them how I got over it, some business decisions, some bad ones that I made, and I use social media to do that. So
you use social media to share it. Wow. I mean, that's really powerful. And everything that you just said comes back to that brand and that goal of transparency, which I think is a great message to share, and really where we're going with a lot of this. Things are becoming more and more transparent. So I think you're ahead of the curve on that one.
Thanks, Megan. You're too nice.
I think you're the only person that said that to me.
Get out of here. Oh, this has been cool. This has been fun. I hope people got something out of this. I really do. I don't want to be like every other social media show out there. What do you think? We need to be different, right?
I think you're pretty brutally honest with it. It's definitely different.
Okay. So cool.
I hope they got something out of it too. I feel better about social media, and I have to say again, like, I feel so much better meeting you and being able to talk with you about this and have that confidence that social media can do wonders for your business if used well.
I agree, and I feel the same way about email marketing, which is why I think and you think about it though, do you think the email is social?
It is. It's communicating with your audience. It's that direct message to them.
Boom! There you go. You're right.
That's what all messages are, and to my opinion, that's what marketing and advertising is messages to your audience, communication. And whether you do that in an email or a social media platform, however it is, you're communicating something to your audience. Done well, it's powerful. Sorry?
Everybody's divided though. Everybody seems to divide it. Oh, this is the best thing. This is what you need. I'm like, no. Which is why you and I are going to work so well together. We get it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
We both get it.
Yeah, we both get it. So, wow, this has been a longer show than we usually do. This has been like, 40 minutes, I think?
Oh, wow. You might have to cut it in two.
Yeah. No, let them listen. I think we're just like interesting. I do need some cool intro music. Did you notice that intro music? I wrote that song, actually.
I had no idea. You are a very talented man. See, you got secrets. What happened to transparency?
I thought I said that on one of the shows. I was like, and I don't know. Maybe let's think about this. I've been putting it out there to say, hey, look, I'd like to promote indie artists. If you know an indie artist that would like to have their song as an intro and an outro to our show, we'd be more than happy to get you noticed and put a link to your music, and we can keep changing it up. I thought it'd be a great way to help promote some indie artists out there. Just think.
I love it.
You like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's cross-promotional, but it's just sharing. It's really kind of that sharing culture and using what's out there.
That's right. Sharing, baby. Sharing. Well, I guess we got to wrap it up, huh?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay, we could probably go on and on and on. Are we eventually going to turn this into an hour show or something?
I think we're going to have to cut them shorter.
Oh, okay. All right. You're just so interesting to talk to. So I like this. I'm glad that we're working together on this podcast. It's a lot more fun than me just kind of talking into the mic.
Yeah, we got some good conversation. I like it.
Cool. So I guess I'll do the outro. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on the Social MBA with me, Frank, and
me, Megan Robinson.
There you go. So we'll see you next week. If you have any suggestions, anything you really might have a question about, feel free to ask us. Reach out to us through the different channels that you see our podcast on, and we'll be more than happy to talk about it. And hey, Megan, I'm thinking about us having a private Facebook group.
Ooh, I like it.
You like that?
Well, I mean, we just talked about listening to your audience and connecting with them, and if you're part of the private group, we can do that much better.
Okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Hey, well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this, everybody. And Megan and Frank are going to sign off. See you next week.
Bye.